I'm gonna be like zhuzhing and fixing myself a lot in this video because I fought with this dress. I kid you, I kid you not, like for 15 minutes plus, because I forgot that it has a zip in the back. And one of these sleeves keeps falling, and I didn't do my hair the way I wanted to do my hair because I needed some help and I have no one at home to help me. So this video is going to be quite like breakneck with how we kind of go back and forth about things, because first and foremost, as the title's going to say, when I'm filming this, tomorrow is the 6-year anniversary of the Sharkiechiko channel, which is so exciting, especially this last year, because quite a lot happened this year, this past year with this channel. So what happened is I got like a big influx, oh my god, big influx, there we go, of subscribers and everything, which was like super exciting. Like I loved it. It was great. I felt great. We're like 330. We kind of go 2 or 3 down and up every so often, which is whatever. That's fine. But we're at like 330. But the problem with the huge influx of subscribers was 90% of them, and yes, I'm not kidding, I like posted multiple pictures, and I'm pretty sure one is still on my Twitter, with like the analytics about how 90% of those followers were fat fetish having old men. It was, my analytics were, I believe 87% male for like subscribers, and the age range, the highest amount age range was between, it was like up to 64. I forgot exactly what the age range is that they show on YouTube, but it was like up to 64 years old. So that was like super fucking gross and weird. And between mental health and being super grossed out and really uncomfortable with that fact, I took a hiatus for like a month. And then took the hiatus, was excited to come back to YouTube, and I had camera issues. So then I posted like a really shitty like phone video because the phone I had at the time was old and like didn't have good storage, so the camera wasn't great, like the audio, like the video and audio weren't great because of how old it was and how it could not store like the size videos that I was making. And then I had a camera again. I figured out my camera problems, had a camera again, and then that also stopped working. So we've been going through a roller coaster the past year with Sharkiechiko. And last year, around like during Pride, obviously, because it's also the first day of Pride. Sorry, I meant to say that with the 6-year anniversary. It's the 6-year anniversary and the first day of Pride. The anniversary of my channel being on the first day of Pride, I don't think is a coincidence. It was never intentional. June 1st is very personal to me. There's a lot of things that happened on June 1st in my life. As I said last year, it is when I finally stopped self-harming. So it's the anniversary also of that every year, of like me being another year away from self-harm. It's another anniversary of starting the channel. It's another beginning of Pride. So June 1st is like super important and cool to me. And the fact that I started it on the first day of Pride, like genuinely without meaning to, I think says a lot also just like about me. Just like, we love the gays out here. I'm also trying to like figure out how close I am to the camera because the border for the camera is like here. Hold on just a moment. Okay, that's like the tiniest bit better. But yeah, so it's the 6-year anniversary. It's the beginning of Pride. We're having the best time. I like am dressed up cute, even though I fought with this dress for like 15 minutes because I forgot I had a zip, and you can see my sleeves coming off. And tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow when this video goes up is the 6-year anniversary and the first day of Pride. But the day after, June 2nd, the new Stray Kids stuff is coming out. So like, I'm super excited. It's everything I've ever wanted in life. And I have kind of this tradition that I didn't mean to do ever, but I think because like Pride, it made sense for me. I kind of have a tradition of talking about like sexuality and gender and everything like that. I've talked about during Pride, like when I came out when I was younger, I kind of have told that story, which like I'll leave cards up for. Was it last year, the year before, where like it was called like questioning my sexuality for like 19 minutes straight, where I talked about how like sexuality is fluid and it changes, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Everybody's different, but how I've also talked about how like being bisexual versus being pan, if you wanted like dictionary definition exactly like defining your sexuality, I technically might be considered pansexual, but also like the bisexual flag is a lot cuter. I looked up at my flag over there. And I kind of teased the idea of talking about how, and this is going to kind of go into what else I want to talk about. Kind of talked about the idea, teased the idea in, like, for myself, of talking about how I'm cis, maybe? I don't know anymore. I'm not super sure. And I think I started thinking about it last year. Hilariously, like, after Pride, like, out of the month of June, I think I started thinking about how maybe I'm not cis. I don't know. And it's not like it's not like an identity crisis for me, thankfully. I have too many other things to worry about in life to have, like, a crisis over it. But if anybody doesn't know, I use she, they, her, them pronouns. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying it out. I don't know how I feel 100%. Please don't use he, him for me. I'm really not comfortable with that. But maybe one day I will be. I don't know. Anyway, that, I wanted to talk about that. I, like, thought about it. I thought about thinking about, or blah, 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 blah. I thought about talking about that a little bit. But mainly with everything that's been going on in the United States specifically, if anybody outside of the United States watches my videos, things that have been going on in the United States specifically is I know in the state of Florida, it's level 9. I honestly don't know what the rest of the country is considered. I don't know if we're considering, like, Florida its own kind of thing at the moment with the extremes of it. But we are going through a trans genocide in the United States. And I've talked about it at the beginning of every video. I don't have personally on hand with me right now. I am a little bit behind. I'm coming off of a vacation when I'm filming this, so I don't have all of my ducks in a row. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% caught up with the news because as a gay person and as somebody who may or may not be cis, again, I don't know, I can only kind of do so much doom scrolling and so much, like, information gathering before I feel like I want to cry. So I did take kind of, like, a little step back from that, not to, like, be ignorant, you know what I mean, and, like, not be informed, but just to kind of give myself some grace and some breathing room. But this country is in a trans genocide. We are actively, like, across multiple states. There's a map that I put up last video, and I will put it up again here. There's a map showing what states are and are not safe for trans people, whether it's even just, like, kind of casually safe, just, like, I don't know, be a little bit careful, and versus what states are like, you should flee if you can. And the unfortunate reality is that many people cannot flee because this country also, and I'm sure for other countries as well, but this country thrives off of white supremacy and capitalism, which are one and the same from what I understand from, like, my basic knowledge of it, are definitely one and the same. They're, like, literally holding hands. This country thrives off of those two things, so it is systematically trying to, and succeeding, unfortunately, which makes me, I'm trying very hard not to cry right now. It's destroying, murdering, killing communities and people that don't fit the white supremacist capitalist ideas, and putting them in and we're already in situations where we don't have the means, the funds, the ability to flee states where we are in, like, extreme danger. It's not a thing for Florida, and it's so difficult because it's the beginning of Pride. It's, like, the most joyful time of year for gay people because it is, like, the one, like, and again, this is kind of like a broader statement. It's not very specific to specific companies, businesses, whatever, I guess. But this is, like, the one time of year where, like, the rainbow capitalism, for example, it's the one where, like, companies are like, we support you if you pay us, like, that kind of thing. But it's, like, the absolute bare bones fucking acknowledgement of, like, us. And it's, like, the big corporations being like, you can buy this thing that says, like, all are welcome here. And we get kind of put at the like, gay people get put at the forefront of things because we get, like, the 1 month of being visible and being seen and being supported, which is bullshit, and it should be all the time, all year round. But you get what I mean. It's the idea of, like, we're kind of allowed to be seen and be loud about ourselves and our community because it's, I don't want to say accepted, but it's, like, kind of, like, accepted and fun and quirky for, like, the majority to support us during June, during Pride, versus any other time of year. And this year, I don't even really think we're getting that. because I haven't been 100% on top of what's been going on with like Target and everything, but a lot of right-wing people and white supremacists and transphobes and all of that stuff have been like actively threatening Target and Target employees in certain areas in the state. So now the Target Pride section, which is usually when other companies, in my personal experience, I have said this before, I am very incredibly ridiculously fortunate and lucky to be, first of all, white, cis and straight presenting, and in a state where I am at this exact moment in time, like, inexplicably safe. I'm fine. I am in no immediate danger at all with what has been going on in this country, because I, first of all, like I said, can pass, and I am a white woman, you know? So I am incredibly, inexplicably safe. So I haven't personally been experiencing this, but I've been, you know, seeing it on TikTok and everything, where again, white supremacists and transphobes have been targeting not only Target, but Target employees. And even though Target is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and I'm sure part of it is in the sense of like trying to protect employees, but Targets around the country are now either completely removing their Pride section or hiding it, which feels super fucking gross and weird. And I understand there's more nuance to it. Again, like trying to keep people safe and trying to like make sure there's not bomb threats or like mass shootings in a fucking Target. However, Target as a company in the past has, whether it was like kind of for appearances and like the popularity vote or not, have made statements. Target as a company in the past has made statements about like, we are standing with this movement. I believe they did it during the Black Lives Matter movement. I believe they have also done it for other movements. The events recognizing certain races and nationalities and everything, they've, you know, made a point of saying, you know, we've collaborated with these artists of, you know, this community and everything like that. So now with Target doing this for Pride, it just feels like super fucking gross and weird and scary, because that means they're not winning. I refuse to say that they're winning. They're not winning, but it means that fear tactics are working. They want us to be afraid, and they want us to, oh my God! They want us to be afraid, and they want us to stop existing, and they are doing things that are instilling fear and are keeping people from living their lives and being who they are. Which brings me to my next thing, because I said this is very jumbled and kind of like breakneck with the mood, because I'm like, woo, anniversary, but also like, oh my God, holy fuck, everything's on fire. It brings me to my next thing of Pride in general and Pride for queer people that want to celebrate. It's so difficult because we should not have to be hiding. We should not be fearing for our safety so much that we don't want to celebrate in the 1 month that we're like allowed to be visible. Because again, like I said, it's June is Pride, so it's almost seen as like okay to be as like seen and everything. I don't ever want to say not to celebrate, not to be who you are, not exist, because again, I'm coming from an extremely privileged position here where I can be just like out and gay. I can go walk around my job tomorrow when I go back to work. I can go walk around my job tomorrow and just like loudly be like, I'm bisexual. Like, hey, what's up? That's me. Like, I'm Heather. I've made like, especially like I said, like I don't know 100% for sure if I'm still cis or not. Oh, my door's gonna shut because of the wind. I don't know for sure like what's going on with that, and I can do that. Like, I can make jokes at work to my friends about like different things. Like I made a joke one time where I was talking about like a customer saying like, oh, I don't know if this is like a boy or a girl's thing. And I was like, bestie, don't ask me. I don't even know if I'm a boy, like, or boy or girl. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Things like that. So, like I said, I'm extremely privileged and everything and safe where I am right now. So I don't ever want to tell you that you cannot celebrate, that you cannot be who you are, especially with everything going on right now. Because the way to like, one of the biggest ways to win is to be obnoxious and to be in their face and refuse to like let them know that they're scaring us, and refuse to let them know that anything they're doing is scary. Like, we're not gonna let them win and we're not going to let them intimidate us. However, the reality of this country and Pride and everything is, if you are going to go to Pride, and many other people have said this better than me, so if you want, like, this is gonna kind of be like what is the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a cluster of different things I've seen and heard, and if I forget anything, I'm so sorry, and please, like, go on TikTok and trying to, like, my TikTok specifically, I've reposted a lot of videos talking about this specifically. But if you are going to go to Pride, if you are going to celebrate, if you are going to be out and be visible as a queer, gay, trans person, whatever you identify as, please be safe. Sorry, I'm not trying to cry. It's a very emotionally heightened video for multiple reasons, and I'm turning so red. Oh no, that's not cute with my outfit. If you're going to wear, like, whatever you're going to wear to Pride, wear whatever you want, but also make sure that you can move easily and quickly in it. I'm going to cry off all my glitter. That is not good. Make sure you can move in it comfortably and quickly. Wear whatever you're going to wear, but make sure you have good shoes to not only walk around Pride and enjoy your time, but also if you need to run, you have the shoes to do it in. If you are going with multiple friends, have somebody that is going to be your designated driver, whether you all want to go to drink, whether none of you plan to drink or do anything recreational. Have somebody that is going to be the person that is going to be the driver, so that there is not a confusion of, like, if you guys need to make a quick getaway, it's not being like, holy shit, who has the keys, who's driving, like, what are we doing? If you are going with friends, which I strongly suggest you should anyway, because first of all, we're a community, like, that's the fun part of it. But second of all, with the possibility of something happening, which unfortunately is incredible, even in states where it is safe, it is still a possibility. Have a kind of, what is it called? Not like a checkpoint, but like a safety point. Have, like, a space where if something does go down, it is not like in open sight lines, and it is, you know, further away from where the main event is going to be, and where you and all your friends know it, so that you can meet up and have the checkpoint. I think there was other information about, like, making sure you have everybody's numbers and maybe, like, sharing locations and things like that, which I don't remember seeing specifically, but that also, it just seems to be, like, a common safety thing that a lot of people suggest. So do things like that. And again, I hate that I need to tell you safety tips in case there's, like, a fucking shooting at the parade you're going to. But that is the reality that we are living in. And unfortunately, another thing I'm going to say. So he broke up with me. Why are you looking up? Because I need to cry, but my foundation was $48. No, in actuality, it's, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but now I have, like, glitter all over my hands because I put glitter all over my face. And I have to wipe it off because I'm actively crying, which I did not want to do, so that's fun. This is also something I hate to say because, again, I'm coming from an incredibly open and loving and privileged situation when we're talking about this specifically, but if it is not safe for you to do so, no matter what age, no matter what you identify as, if it is not safe for you to do so, don't come out. Am I gonna cry every year at this, like, this specific video? I think so. I think I've been doing it for a couple years now, and it's just gonna continue. Keep yourself safe, and if that includes not being able to be out to the people around you, loved ones or not. This feels very silly and dumb and, like, performative on my part. I promise it's not. It just is awful. Okay, I might hide like this for a minute because I don't I don't want to come out from behind the tissue right now. We would rather have you maybe a little bit older and safer than young and unfortunately no longer with us. If there's one thing marginalized communities are good at, is survival. Whether they like us or not. Marginalized communities survive. Not in great numbers sometimes. Sometimes with a huge loss of culture and music and things like that, but we do survive. And that, unfortunately, is what I advise the most for. If all you need to do, if all you can do is survive through the month of Pride, and it sucks because I hate that a lot of people have to feel isolated and alone because they can't be out for safety reasons and they have no one close to them, near them, whatever, like literally or like figuratively. I hate that you can't have that, but your survival is more important to me and to the rest of the community. And I hope with you surviving, when you get to a point where it is safe to be out and to be loud about it and to be proud of yourself and your community, that you agree. And it sucks and it's garbage and it literally is just survival. It is just a survival tactic, but that is the best thing you can do right now, which sucks. It sucks so bad. So bad. I'm sorry, I need to hydrate because I'm sweating in this pretty dress and I'm crying. I'm gonna have to, this video is gonna be like shorter than I intended it to be too, because I'm gonna have to cut out a lot of crying, so you guys won't see it, but I will, having to edit it. That'll be fun. So I wanted to make a point of talking about that stuff because it is my community. I am part of it. And I know I have said in the past that I hope me talking so much about this never comes off across as like not caring about other communities and other marginalized communities as much, but this is the one that directly involves me, and this is the one that I have like a foot in the door to do something, to use my platform about a little bit more than, like, for instance, like Black Lives Matter, because while I am obviously, as much as I can in like the bullshit bare minimum way that I am, consider myself an ally in that at some point or another, there's only so much, not actually, no, that's a lie. There's only so much I can do as a white person. That's a lie. I can do a hell of a lot more because white supremacy takes over this country. Whew. Anyway, so there's that. And then, like I said, very breakneck in this video with the vibes. Again, it is the 6-year anniversary of this channel. So for everybody that is here, whether it's for the bullshit bare minimum activism I do, where I just spread information that other people have already shared, or you're here to watch Not So Berry, or you're here to watch the videos that come out every Wednesday, like for whatever reason you're here for, if you're just like a friend that subscribed to me because you're a nice person and you're like, yeah, I'll just support Heather, I appreciate you and love you. It's been 6 years of this shit, and since the beginning of this year, we have been doing 2 videos a week. I've missed one Saturday video, 1 or 2, but we have not missed a Wednesday video this year. Like, what? How have we not missed a video yet this year? There will be some changes over the summer. They will be very brief changes. I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you again later now, but, I'll tell you again later now. I'll tell you again in the month of August, but in the month of August, there will be no Saturday videos and there will be a chance of no Wednesday videos. I'm going to do my absolute best and get at least Wednesday videos out, but, there is going to be no Saturday videos in August. And again, I will address that in August and closer to August. Because there is going to be a lot going on for me personally. Very, like, fun, exciting things. But there's going to be a lot going on in August. So there will be no Saturday videos because it is just simply not possible with time and patience and, like, me being able to film. Because Saturday videos, while I'm still doing them, are a little bit difficult. It's a little bit hard to get 2 videos out a week when you work full time. So there's been a lot going on. We haven't missed a video on Wednesdays. We've only missed, I think, 1 Saturday video. We're doing 2 videos a week, which is something that I've kind of always thought about. Never really thought I was going to be able to do. Sorry, I kicked you. That's better. It was also always something like I wanted to kind of do, but never was able to. I've talked about it multiple times over this channel over the years about how I want to do like kind of gaming videos and like maybe on Saturdays, and then I was never able to do it. And I kept like, every time I couldn't figure it out, I would get frustrated and then I would give up, which is just who I am as a person. So we're finally doing it and it's very exciting. Next week, no, not next week, this week, Saturday video might be different. It might not be a gaming video. It might be another bullshit K-pop video. I don't know for sure. It might just be an episode of Not So Berry. It might be a K-pop video, specifically involving Stray Kids. And if you know, you know. But that is kind of like what we're doing. We're just hanging out. We're vibing. I'm loving it's while it's stressful, I'm loving doing 2 videos a week. I'm actually having so much fun with it because it's like, it just kind of feels like what I've wanted to do this entire time, and now it feels like I'm actually doing it. I don't know what my hair is doing, and I don't know what this dress is doing. Regardless, I'm going to have to fight it to take it off by myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here for 6 years, whether you joined in the beginning or you joined yesterday. If you're joining from this video, thank you for being here. Thank you for 6 years of Sharkiechiko. Like I went on like a whole fucking sobbing rant last year about like, if this was a kid and not a channel, it's 6 years old, like a kindergartner. We have a first grader now. We have a little baby Sharky, a little first grade Sharky, which is fucking nuts. And I don't have I don't have a little cake this year. The past couple years I've had a little strawberry shortcake. I don't have a cake this year because unfortunately, between the state of the world and the state of my brain, I kind of completely forgot to get a cake for the anniversary. I didn't forget that the anniversary was coming up, but I forgot that I like to do like a little bit of fanfare with it. And I honestly like, oh, hold on, let me move you a little bit more. I honestly had planned to like put little decorations up and everything. At least I remembered to wear the pretty dress, right? But yeah, thank you for being here. And thank you for sitting here while I cried for, this video is 31 minutes long currently. Like as I'm filming it, it's 31 minutes long. I don't know how long it's going to be when I post it, but thank you for sitting here while I cried. Because everything's scary. And while I live in my safe little, you know, fairy princess bubble over here, I'm not blind to what's going on in the world, and I love you. Not gonna start crying again. I love you no matter who you are, but especially if you're part of my community. I love you so much, and I want you to be safe. And whatever safety looks like for you, I hope that is what you are doing. Because again, I'd rather you safe and maybe a little bit older and out in the community and hanging out with us and being involved than young and gone too soon. So I'm going to close it off with that because we've done a lot of different topics in this video and it is celebration. Let's take this video to sit here and fucking celebrate. Let's hang out. Let's vibe. This is the first day of Pride. We're going to have our pride. We're going to celebrate, and whatever that celebration looks like to you, have it. Be safe, have your celebration. I'm going to celebrate. I'm probably going to eat the rest of the cookies that are in the kitchen right now. We have little orange, like chocolate orange cookies, and they're tiny, tiny, but they're so good. So I'm probably going to go eat the rest of my cookies. I probably will buy myself a little strawberry shortcake at some point, whether it's like a tiny little cupcake version or like one of the actual like cakes you can get at a grocery store. I probably will do that. I apologize for not having it in this video. I just completely forgot. And I will see you in the next video. And I love you. I don't know why I keep just like making faces. I think because I'm still trying to force myself to not cry, but I love you very much. I will see you in the next video. Bye! Am I a pretty crier or am I an ugly crier?